Do you think you'll remarry?
Somebody else, not Kody.
Cody, I'm like, no. Like, I mean,
I'm open.
Well, what do you do when you're 50 and healthy? You just can't be alone for the rest of your life. So to me, that's like the logical thing. Like, what's next?
Everything is like, I'm starting over again. It's so hard moving on.
My heart is broken, and that might be why I'm so angry.
Hey everyone, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It's April 17th, 2023. You know what we have to talk about? I was late to upload my first video, and you know why? Because I was busy interviewing a member of the Brown family that will be coming onto my channel. We are going to be doing an interview soon.
It feels like, because I feel betrayed. If you're not happy here, you can leave.
And this interview, it's not going to be, I mean, it'll be a little bit about tea, but it's really going to be about some of the misconceptions the public has about the group that the Browns grew up in, the Apostolic United Brethren, and the truth about the family and some of the extended family and some of the belief systems that have not made it onto TLC.
Man, just the knife in the kidneys over all these years.
I learned so much about the family history today, about their belief system, about how they view the government, how the kids are treated, what they view of people that are not white, cis, and male.
Awesome. It feels hostile to me as a backstab.
It was quite eye-opening. And we also talked about child labor. So there's a lot that's going to be coming up, and I think you'll be entertained because this person not only is a member of the Brown family, but they're hysterical. So that video will be coming soon. Now, this video is all about Kody Brown because he is living in a delusional world. Something I learned today about the Browns and the Brown family and the AUB is they don't live in the same reality that we do. The culture that they grew up in does not exist in a plane that you and I would understand. And what makes sense to Kody and to the wives and to the kids would never make sense to us. And they truly believe in conspiracies that are so far-fetched, but to them are real. So the Sun drops this new article about Kody and what he thinks about the relationship that Christine has with David. And based on the information I was provided today by the Brown family member, I'm not shocked by the level of conspiratorial beliefs that Kody is thinking about her, because apparently conspiracies are like a weird aspect of this culture that are so common that Kody's thought process here is on par. So Kody Brown thinks that Christine is doing this to get back at him, and it's all for the show. So let's dive into this topic. Before we do, can you do me a big favor and give this video a thumbs up? Also, please subscribe to my channel if you've not yet subscribed by clicking on the subscribe button down below. If you haven't yet, make sure to leave a comment if you have something to say and share this video with your friends. I also made a joke in my last video and I said that Christine was living in sin. And I don't know if you follow me, but I'm an atheist. So to me, it's actually a joke to say someone is shacking up. It's a joke to say living in sin. I lived with my husband before we were married. So I'm not being judgmental. It's literally just me being silly. Anyways, Christine Brown is living in sin, and I'm here for it. I want to talk to you about this new article that came out. So it says that Kody is bitter. He thinks that Christine's whirlwind engagement with David is staged for TV. So he thinks that this whole relationship is fake. Kody is kind of like a QAnon believer, where we go one, we go all. And so I'm not surprised that he would think this whole thing is staged for TV. Although Kody has staged a lot of things for TV. So I often think of like what Kody is accusing other people of doing is really what he has done. So he has staged that he was a dad that had everyone that loved him and that he was an amazing father and a husband that was amazing and they had this happy family even though he really was only in love with Robin. And he staged events for the show. Like he staged that the family was a unit when they weren't. It's only fitting that he would accuse Christine of staging their relationship. What is it that they say about projection and a narcissist? Like what they are accusing you of, like every accusation is a confession. So when we start talking about Kody, let's just say that every accusation is a confession. Kody's having a hard time with this whole idea of her getting married. And he hasn't publicly congratulated her, obviously, like why would he? This is what the source told them. I don't know if he's serious or joking, but Kody thinks this is all a stint for TLC to get David on a contract. He and Christine are relevant. So Kody thinks that they made the decision to get married to get David into a contract because they're relevant. As though like some guy couldn't just date her and be relevant, or they couldn't just put someone on a contract for a season. And he said he's still mad at her. He's still very angry with her, and he feels that she has intentionally pushed all the kids away from him. Okay, so again, every accusation is a confession. So he's admitting he has intentionally pushed all the kids away from him. And he's admitting that she's mad at him, right? And she's still very angry with him. I don't think she's very angry with him, but I do think that he is mad at her because she is moving on and he can't control her anymore. The source says that, it goes on to say that he feels that this is a way of her kind of one-upping and mocking him. Because happiness is to mock. No, Kody would do this to one of his wives. He would one-up them and mock them. Do you see how this works? Kody feels that this is all for publicity and to get back at him because Kody, again, is a narcissist and thinks that the world revolves around him and people don't make decisions for themselves. They only make decisions to get mad at the narcissist. Because in the narcissist worldview, apparently nothing else exists but the narcissist. He's apparently getting mad. It says he's annoyed by it all. It's really getting to him, especially since fans keep tagging him and sending him the posts. Okay, so here's the funny thing. If you know that Kody's mad and upset, you should just keep tagging him. I'm sorry, don't do that. Don't harass Kody. But maybe, no, don't do that. He believes Christine just wants attention, and he doesn't believe after all these years with him, she's moved on so quickly and is already in love with another man. Kody is funny. So do you think someone would stage a relationship to the extent that they would buy a 4,000 square foot home with a price tag of $769,000? Do you think they would put $210,000 on the home down? Do you think they would sign a lease jointly? Do you think they would move out of their duplex with their daughter and move into a brand new home with their daughter and with a man that was just staged for TV? Do you think they're just like living in separate bedrooms and it's just for show that he's on the deed? What do you think is going to happen when Kody actually finds out that Christine bought a house with this guy?
A greedy boyfriend, a user, a greedy new husband, a user. Okay.
She's in a 30-year contract with him. By the way, Kody was never legally married to her, so is he jealous that Christine's actually going to be a legal wife? He had a chance to make her a legal wife, and instead he chose Robin. Apparently, Kody and David would get along. I don't know if I like this. You know, it's weird, though. I've talked to people that know Kody, and they say he's really, friendly and amiable. It says David and Kody would get along. They're very similar in nature and have similar interests. No. If they are similar in nature, that means that David has narcissism, he has a temper problem, he is mean to his kids, he's estranged from his kids. David is not estranged from his kids. David clearly has no one yelling at him on reality television. He's been married one time and his wife passed away. I don't think they have that much in common. I think this is Kody telling himself that he and David have a lot in common. They have large families and each were in long marriages, all while living life to the fullest. Oh, so that's what they had in common. It's totally different though. David's marriage didn't end by choice. I think that's the difference here. His wife died. Kody's wife left him and Christine's not dead. They also said that they would get along but Christine would have to change David's perception of Kody. And I don't think that's going to happen because I think David's going to be protective of her. And I think the whole country believes that he's like the most hated man on reality television. I was actually going to do a poll on my Instagram. Do you currently think the most hated man on reality television is Kody Brown or Tom Sandoval of Vanderpump Rules? Kody Brown or Tom Sandoval? If you know what I'm talking about, if you think Kody is the most hated man on reality television, if that's your vote, do the poop emoji. If you think it's Tom Sandoval, do the emoji that has the red face that has like the curse words that are like all like in like symbols. Yeah, you know that one? Do that for Tom Sandoval, and then we'll see who wins. Anyways, Christine would have to turn David's opinion around of Kody, and she says she's the one who will ultimately decide if and when Kody and David will meet. And when they do, it will 100% be filmed. Of course it will, because it's for reality television. Kody's apparently got other issues here at hand. So one thinks that Christine is doing this for the television, doing this for the show, but at the same breath, he doesn't know when he's going to meet David. So do you think that he's fake, or do you want to meet him? Fans probably want to see Kody get mad, but Kody will be probably happy on the show and then just yell on the couch in his confessional. And Kody's probably seething with anger because he's mad at Robin. And nothing makes a narcissist more mad than seeing someone that they loved move on and find happiness. So for Kody, it's like a narcissistic injury for him. And he's going to be more fueled with anger to see her move on and be happy. So I think that when they do meet, he'll be nice to his face, but I don't think he'll be happy behind the scenes. Kody's and Robin's relationship is still a hot mess, and that's what I have on the Kody shenanigans. Okay, so Kody thinks that she's faking this whole thing for TV, and he's really angry at her about this engagement. Like, he didn't get to get married to Robin, right? Apparently, Janelle doesn't understand this quick engagement, and it doesn't make sense to her. That's what the headline is. Now, going how their relationship is and what's going on behind the scenes, we never know. This family does do a lot of things for a show, and it's all under contract, and so it is hard to know what's true versus real. And they do sometimes have to act a certain type of way on social media so that they don't give away spoilers. And if there's a narrative that the producers want them to push, they push it on their social media to keep the hype going for the new season. This source says that she doesn't understand how she can go from being so deeply brokenhearted and in love with Kody for so many years and then all of a sudden be madly in love with someone else. That sounds like Kody is the source. It doesn't make sense to her. I don't think she's like maliciously against Christine. It's just hard for her to understand. And TLC is apparently putting pressure on to counteract claims that she doesn't support Christine. Damage control. So they want to make it seem like that they're in supporting relationships. Listen, Janelle strikes me as the kind of woman that isn't going to jump into a new relationship because she's not that kind of person. She's very methodical. She doesn't make decisions very easily. She is the kind of person that's happy to be alone. She doesn't like drama. So I could see her just like not rushing into a new relationship and being by herself for a while. So for someone like her that might be a little bit more pragmatic, this might not make sense. That doesn't mean she doesn't like Christine or she's not supportive. She just might not understand it. Everyone makes different decisions. And TLC could 100% be encouraging her to post things to counter claims. They do that all the time. The Duggars were like notorious for doing that while they had their show and using PR strategy companies to help them counter the claims that were put out. So that's totally normal. Like, they will try to smash down a rumor. They claim that what we're seeing from Christine and Janelle are contract issues. So it says anything you see from her about Christine or vice versa is really just pressure from their contracts. Janelle's doing what Janelle needs to do to look good and to save face. They do have projects in the works, and apparently a spinoff could be coming. Okay, so Janelle isn't sure what she thinks about this, which that makes sense. Now here's what I'm going to say about this. I want nothing more than Christine to find happiness and be happy. I want nothing more than Janelle to find happiness and be happy and get away from this cult that they were in and find what it means to be truly independent and financially secure and find someone or find something or find themselves. whether they find love again, whether they find happiness and love within themselves, whether they fall in love with themselves, whatever it takes for them to be happy. Another thing that I want them to get off the show with Kody and go on to their own show where they aren't contractually obligated to Kody's show, because what many fans don't understand is Sister Wives is not their show. Sister Wives is Kody's show. Kody is the main character. The show centers around Kody. It's not about the wives. It's about Kody. And so they need to get off his show and find their own show so that they're not making him money by being on the show. Because right now, everything that they put on the show that is in their lives just helps him make more money. So if they really want to move on, I hope they get their own show, get a spinoff, and that they don't have any contractual obligations anymore to Kody, and they sever their ties completely for good. That's my dream. What's yours? Tell me in the comments below. Bye, guys.